Hey everyone, we're back with a little update. A quick update on the 10-gallon apisto tank. And thinking back to my last video, I said I had good news and bad news, and I don't think I ever got to the bad news. Bad news here is the female cockatoos. There are two of them in here. This one I consider the main female. She's the largest one. And she had, what I believe, had gone through several spawns back in this pot back here. I know I had shown several pictures and videos of that. And there's a second female that hangs out over on this side. And she's a bit smaller. I don't see her right now, but no doubt she's around there somewhere. So what happened was they both spawned, and that was to the beautiful male cockatoo's demise. I believe the smaller female got super aggressive. I stopped seeing him out. There's lots of hiding places, so it must have been kind of a one-shot deal. But when I did see him, he was not doing well. Just kind of moping around. Didn't see any signs of disease, but I did see a big chunk of his dorsal fin missing. So what I believe happened is this second female over on the right side seems to be much more aggressive than the first one that he spawned with, and there was some argument there, and basically he was killed. And that it was like a punch in the stomach. Just made me sick. Oh man, my favorite fish, you know. I'm sure everybody knows, a lot of people knows how that goes. So yeah, so that really was disappointing, and I consider it kind of my fault. I should have moved that male, but I thought, man, lots of hiding places. He should be able to tough it out, and he was doing well there for a while, and then he wasn't, and he was just dead. So yeah, pretty much my fault. Probably shouldn't try to do two females in here. So I hate giving up fish. So what I guess I'll have to do is set up another tank for that second female and get a male in here and a male in the second tank, which is the plan. That's kind of in the process of setting up a 20-gallon, and that's what's going to happen with that tank. It's going to be another heavily planted apisto tank. So yeah, very sad and disappointing. I really love that fish. Had such a beautiful fish, and he was doing so well. And it wasn't a disease thing. All the other fish are fine. Haven't lost any other fish or shown any signs of any disease or illness or at all. So yeah, it was a breeding aggression, and I lost him. Very sad. So anyways, I was gonna go through my lighting on this tank. It's a well-lit little tank, and that, I tell you, I've had a lot of versions of lights on this thing. I've had just the standard 10-gallon fluorescent bulb hood, which grows some plants under that. Had power compacts on this, and that was really extremely bright. And then, gosh, what did I have then? Then I think I went from the power compact right to the two LEDs. And so the LEDs that I have on this tank are from Amazon. They're light bars, I guess you'd call them. And I believe the company is LED eNet. And these are 12-inch bars. These whiter ones, these are like 6500, 7000K. And then there's a yellow one right here, and that's 3000K. Don't really need the yellow one, but it adds warmth to the color of the tank. So I prefer it with the warm white on there as well, with the daylights on there. So it does well. So I've got 4 lights burning. This light here that's not burning is that's a blue, and I don't need that. It's just unnecessary. It doesn't add to the color of the tank. It doesn't make it look better when it's on. If I feel like using it, I'll use it as a night light, but don't really do that too much. So anyways, it's just kind of a wasted light. There's really no need for me to add another white or yellow light here. There's plenty of light on this tank. I'd say probably too much at times. This tank is getting a little hard to keep up with. It's getting overgrown. I did a big trim the other day, and then I kind of had kind of a dirty algae outbreak, and so I really need to get in and clean the filters and give it a good scrub down, and you know, replant some plants. But I think the trim and I did turn up the lights on this a little bit the other day to accommodate this Nessia that I put in here. But that added light, the trim, the dirty filters just kind of added up to just kind of a, yeah, it's a yucky tank, messy tank. So I got to get in here. I don't like doing it. That's why I get canister filters so I don't have to do it. I gotta get in there and tear that little bugger down. But it's set up since October, so I can't say that's too bad. So, anyways, have to clean the canister filter. Have to clean the internal filter. Neither of these been cleaned since the tank's been set up, so definitely do. So, anyways, getting off track here. The lights are LED E-net from Amazon. I think these each bar is like $10.99 a piece, and buy a little $10 12-volt power supply. And I also got a dimmer that goes with these for, I don't know, $7 or something. So basically you can run 3 of these lights off of 1 power supply. And so I'll have, so I got two on each. I got 2 lights on 1 power supply both. 2 power supplies, 4 lights. So yeah, they're really good lights. I love them. You know, they're cheap. They're easy to. I just super glued. I hot glued them to this handmade canopy here, and you daisy chain them. And if you wanted, you could have a power supply to each light. And if you run 3 lights, you can run 3 lights on 1 power supply, but all 3 lights are dimmer. You can tell. So, but I do have a dimmer control on 1 set of these lights, and I'll show you how that works. I just got it hanging behind the tank, and just dim them all the way down to nothing and turn them off. Yeah, they're really. If I wanted to, I could easily grow plants off of these 2 lights right here, but it's, you know, it's dimmer, but it's not unwatchable. So yeah, that's the lights that I run. 4 lights on there, running 3, and could easily get away with 2. So yeah, it is, you know, I'll probably, really what I need to do is get both sets of lights on dimmers. I have an extra dimmer, I just don't have it on right now. And kind of back off a little bit, because I think I got too much light coming in the tank right at this time. When I was overgrown, I could easily run them all at full blast, but now with this big trim, I think I need to back them both off a little bit. So these lights right there, I certainly could neaten up my daisy chain action here. It's not the neatest in the world, but that's how I roll, man. So, my lighting on my 10-gallon apisto tank. Oh, and by the way, you know, after morning period of the apisto, we'll be going up to Sean's place at Pure Fish Works and be replacing that apisto male with something equally as beautiful, I'm sure, because Sean always has nice fish. And pretty much since I got my first batch of fish from Sean, all the rest have come from Sean. So yeah, these are kind of turning into tanks that are holding mostly his fish, which is pretty cool. And you know, I'm having luck with them, I'm having success with them, except for when I screw up, but they're fantastic fish. And yeah, highly recommended, purefishworks.com. So So anyways, that's the update on the 10-gallon apisto tank. I think I've said that 2 or 3 times now. And she's rolling along, even with all its little problems and dirtiness. It still looks cool. Overstuffed, exactly the way I like it. And that's it. Thanks for watching.